Hi, MaryAnn Cadorna here, broker owner Sincerity Realty, DRE 013452274. Thank you for joining me on Sincerity Podcast. It's in alignment with the principles of my real estate brokerage, which is the sincerity, the absence of deceit, hypocrisy, and pretense. And I'm here because I've helped oh many first-time buyers. And I wanted to be able to convey this message to you because it's really important right now. Homeownership was the best thing that was ever given to the working man, and that is being absconded because of the benefits, tax-wise, the equity, appreciation-wise, and we're like turning into a landlord nation. And eventually, the way I see it, people, regular working people, are not going to be able to own anything, let alone afford to own anything. So this message is conveyed. I want people to understand. I mean, I am very passionate about getting workers into homes because it's really important. Again, you better buy a home while you can. I'm not telling you gloom and doom. I'm telling you that you have to act according to what is being demanded of you financially. So a lot of people think that buying a home is going to be in debt forever. You're carrying a big burden. But if you look at it, your monthly mortgage is you're paying to own your home, where a rent that you pay is obligation that you have to pay every month to own nothing. Think about the disparity of those two things. So I wanted to be able to kind of put this in perspective because the Bay Area, 44% of the Bay Area population is renting right now, and 33% of the single family inventory belongs to Wall Street. So here's what I wanted to be able to convey to you. CALHFA has brought back the California Dream for All program, which they're offering 20% down payment assistance for you to buy a home anywhere in California. Now, up to $150,000. Now, some people are poo-pooing on that, saying, oh, it's a ripoff. It's not a ripoff because there's no way you can save $150,000 with the wages being as low as they are and inflation, even beating that down even further. So it is an equity share position. It is a silent second. You don't pay it back until you refinance triggers. They call it triggers until you refinance or you sell the home. And then they have an equity share position, which to get a percentage of your proceeds. But imagine you can buy a home for up to $150,000 down. And there's a lot of places where you can still buy at 500,000. Now, that said, I am gonna jump to San Francisco. The average rent in San Francisco, and I'm San Fran MaryAnn, former San Franciscan for 30 years, but it's getting so bad that I don't know how people are going to be able to afford to rent there. So that's why the freeways are crowded because people have to live far away in order to afford rent. So the average rent in San Francisco is $5,000 to $5,600 for a two-bedroom. Now, first and last month's rent, how much is that? We're talking about what? Almost $10,000 for first and last month's rent. So the California Dream for all is back, and it is a lottery system. You have to be a first generation buyer, which means your parents can't have owned a home or purchased a home in the last 7 years, and you can't have owned a home in the last 3 years. So your parents for the last 7 years, you yourself for the last 3 years. One of you has to live in the state of California in order to be able to take advantage of this loan. Also, you have to qualify for the county that you're moving into. Um, and then that's also going to be an generated, income generated, qualification. You can't exceed a certain amount of money. And the reason for this is because they're truly offering this for people who can't afford to buy. Okay. You fakers, you abusers, I'm sorry, I'm going to call you out because people who don't need to take advantage of this, who do by being deceitful, are taking away that opportunity from people who really need it. You have hardworking people in the whole state of California who can't afford to buy, but you have people who can afford, who have the means to, but take advantage of it. And that's what hurts all of us. Right now, what's good for one is good for all. When one of you hurt another opportunity, you hurt everyone. So that said, you need to get pre-qualified with a CalHFA approved lender. I have my gal, she's really good, and she takes care of business, and she gets these CalHFA programs closed, okay? So, just going to a regular lender and saying, "Oh, I want to go get on this program," you need to get with a CalHFA approved lender. Really important, okay? And the other thing too is your FICO score. Your FICO is lifting you higher. I don't mean to be kind of down, but your FICO, you have to be 680 and plus. But this is the year of the fire horse, okay? I want you to be on fire to own a home because it's really important. If you can get a chance to get yourself pre-approved and give you a chance to enter this lottery system, that's the thing. It's a lottery system, okay? For all the information, please email me at sincerityrealty@gmail.com, or you can call me at 628-888-9078. Some people think that, again, owning a home is like you're in debt for 30 years. No, you're not in debt for 30 years. I want you to look at it this perspective. Your monthly mortgage, you're paying to own a home. Your monthly rental, you're obligated to pay to own nothing. Think about that. So I hope I kind of opened your eyes. I want you to go to my website, sincerityrealty.com is my primary website. But for Northern California, Solano County and above, all the way up to Mendocino, there are homes that are $350,000 and less, starting from Vallejo all the way up to Mendocino County. So if you go to my website, sincerityrealty.com, and log into 350khomes.com, it'll give you everything that's 350,000 and less. Or you can just go directly to 350khomes.com, and that'll take you there to my website too. In addition, 450khomes.com is also on my website, Sincerity Realty, but you can also log into it directly by going to the domain 450khomes.com. Now, the last one is the 550khomes.com. You can go to Sincerity Realty again, my website, and that'll have a link there for you to look at all the homes that are 550,000 and less. Or you can go 550khomes.com, and that'll take you to my website too. So I have those there because I help all the workers. It's affordable housing. 350k homes and less, that's $350,000 and less. 450k homes and less, that's $450,000 homes and less. 550k homes and less, that's homes 550,000 and less. If you think there aren't affordable homes, there are. The last time I checked, in the 350k category, there were over 400 single-family homes and condominiums available in that price range, all the way up to Sacramento. So here's the thing about condominiums, and I'm going to leave you with this. If you can, don't rent. Buy your rental in the form of a condo. Because even if you have to pay HOA, condos appreciate. That means that they gain in value because inflation causes it to go up, and that is equity. The difference between what you paid for the home or the condo and what the current value is. And the way inflation's going, it's not getting any cheaper. So I want you to think about all that. I've helped so many first-time buyers, and I'm really here. There's nothing like owning, you will always lament if you rent, but you will never roam if you learn to own. Okay, it's about stability in your life, stability in your family, having fixed monthly payments towards your fixed interest mortgage. You can plan financially with that, but every year the rent's going up because they can, and how is that impacting you? After every couple of years, you have to move because it's just too high. Well, try and buy. Stop paying too high. Give yourself a chance to get in the game of having a better life. Because if you don't, people who rented for 30 years, they have nothing to show for it. And I'll give you an example. The average price of a home in California in 2010 was only 280,000. That same average home in 2026 is under $1 million, over 900,000. The difference between those two prices in 16 years is called equity. So here's another thing I want you to take away from this little, you know, this little message here is that equity is the difference between what you paid for the home and what its current value is. And that difference is your personal wealth. You can pass on to your children, and you can even buy with your children, because right now creative buying is really the only way. Multiple generations, friends or business colleagues, it's worth it. It's not a new thing. It's a revisiting thing. So anyway, I want you to be hopeful. California dreaming. You got to be able to buy a home, but you won't know if you keep thinking, I can't. I want you to think you can. I had a person, I was buying tiaras from her, and I asked her, I said, do you own a home? She said, no. A realtor tried to help me, but it didn't work out. I said, I can help you get into a home. She goes, you can? She didn't believe me, but she got in. I got her a good lender, and she was able to get down payment assistance, and she ended up with the home that she really wanted. By the time we got into getting her past the pre-approval, there were 30 to 40 offers on the homes that we were looking at. And what happened was the home she initially saw was already in contract. And then I noticed it was on the market for way past the escrow period. So I called the agent. I said, would you be willing to take a backup from my client? And also my client's going to need seller's credit. So I negotiated everything my client needed up front. And guess what happened? The first offer fell through, and my client got the home she really wanted to begin with, even after chasing down 30 to 40 other offers for homes that she didn't get. So when I told her I could get you a home, I got her a home. So please know, Sincerity Realty, the absence of deceit, hypocrisy, and pretense. Sincerity Realty, that is me, the absence of deceit and hypocrisy. So come on, let's get going. You're the fire hose. Let's get you ignited. Let's get you on fire. When things are going wrong in the world and around us, there is nothing like having a home to be able to come home to and feel safe. It's your own space. You're not listening to a bunch of renters making noise. You're not, getting any headaches from the landlord, and you're not having to keep moving. It's about stability and about fixed monthly payments so that you can plan your financial future. And it's possible. The California Dream is back. And even if you can't get into the lottery system and you got to try and get pre-approved, let's see if we can place you somewhere with that motivation, right? You won't know unless you try. Okay, thank you for listening. And don't forget to call me, 628-888-9078, or email me at sincerityrealty@gmail.com. Go to my website, sincerityrealty.com, and also 350khomes.com, 450khomes.com, and 550khomes.com. Check out the affordable homes that are available, right? There's a slogan that says, just do it. I say, just get started. That's the best way to know, by trying. You won't know unless you try, okay? Take care. MaryAnn Cadorna, Sincerity Realty Broker owner. Take care. Thank you. And owner of Sincerity Podcast. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.